number of juveniles charged with violent crimes in Louisville has exploded in recent years.
And that's put new pressure on the Jefferson County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, which prosecutes those crimes. WLKY's Mark Vanderhoff talked with some of those prosecutors. And Mark, what are they seeing?
Well, Jennifer, Rick, they're not only seeing more young teenagers, they're seeing a bleaker outlook from the children coming through the system.
It is very difficult not to see your own kids in the victims or the defendants in these cases.
Elizabeth Jones Brown has been a prosecutor for 16 years. She says there's something different these days about the murder cases that involve juvenile defendants.
There has been an explosion in cases that involve insults that quickly turn into murder. There's not a slow buildup. It is one insult, boom, shoot that person.
Crit Cunningham, a prosecutor for 20 years, sees it too.
You notice during the interviews with the police that a lot of the young men that get talked to don't have much of a vision for the future. The police will say, well, where do you see yourself in a year or two? And sometimes they'll say, I don't intend to live that long.
The number of juveniles charged with murder in Jefferson County jumped from 3 in 2020 to 8 in 2021 and 6 in 2022. Then there are the carjackings. Already this year, 17 juveniles have been charged in carjackings, 4 more than this time last year.
Sometimes it's the perfect storm.
Commonwealth's attorney Tom Wine does not have a clear answer for why more juveniles are committing violent crimes.
I think there are adults who are using these juveniles, convincing them that the punishment's not going to be as severe, when in reality the punishment can be every bit as severe.
Wine points to Stephen Petway, who was sentenced to 50 years for a murder he committed when he was 16. That extreme case, which Jones Brown prosecuted, was back in 2013, when prosecutors say they only saw 1 or 2 such cases a year.
A lot of children in this county are privileged to grow up in a place where they probably are not going to worry about getting shot, and you want to extend that safety to the entire county. And that includes holding people accountable for breaking that illusion of safety.
Now, the Commonwealth's office has prosecuted felony juvenile crimes such as murder, assault, and robbery. Misdemeanors, they're handled in lower court by the county attorney's office. Mark Vanderhoff, WLKY News.